Most gardeners don't realize that some plants can produce far better results when they're grown vertically instead of spreading across the ground. In this video, you're going to discover 6 amazing crops that can completely change the way your garden performs when you grow them on a trellis. By simply training these plants to grow upward, you can increase your harvest, save valuable space, and even reduce many common pest and disease problems that often damage plants every year. Alright, let's get started. Number 6. Nasturtiums. Many gardeners grow nasturtiums mainly for their beautiful flowers, but what many people don't realize is that the entire plant is edible. The flowers, leaves, and even the seed pods have a pleasant peppery flavor, similar to watercress. They're also rich in vitamin C and can add a unique taste and color to salads or even homemade herbal vinegar. Most gardeners allow nasturtiums to spread along the ground as a decorative cover. However, these plants are actually natural climbers and can easily grow 6 to 8 feet tall when supported by a simple trellis, string, or fence. Growing nasturtiums vertically has several benefits. It frees up valuable garden space, keeps the flowers at eye level for easy harvesting, and improves airflow around the plant. Better air circulation often means fewer aphids and healthier plants overall. Here's another trick that many organic gardeners rely on. Nasturtiums work as an excellent companion plant. They act as a natural trap crop, meaning pests like aphids are often attracted to them instead of your main vegetables. When planted near crops such as tomatoes, peppers, or beans, they can help protect those plants by pulling pests away from them. Another great thing about nasturtiums is how easy they are to grow. They can be planted as annuals in USDA zones 2 through 11, so gardeners in most climates can enjoy them. These plants actually prefer less fertile soil and don't need much fertilizer. In fact, when the soil is too rich, they may grow more leaves than flowers. A simple method is to plant nasturtiums at the base of a trellis and allow them to climb alongside your vegetables. This not only saves space but also adds color while helping manage pests naturally. Quick question for you, did you know nasturtiums are edible? Let me know in the comments with a simple yes or no. Now let's move to the next plant. Number 5, Tomatillos. Anyone who has tried growing tomatillos at home knows how quickly these plants can spread. Their branches grow in every direction, and once the fruits begin developing, the stems often bend or break under the weight. Before long, the plant can turn into a messy tangle that fills up an entire garden bed. But this problem can be solved with a simple change: growing them on a trellis. Using horizontal strings or a sturdy panel trellis gives the plant the support it needs. This helps prevent branches from snapping and reduces the number of fruits lost during the growing season. Vertical growth also improves airflow around the plant, which helps lower the chances of fungal diseases. Another big advantage is harvesting. Tomatillos often hide their fruits deep within the plant, making them difficult to find when they grow on the ground. When the plant is supported on a trellis, the fruits are much easier to see and pick. Tomatillos grow well in USDA zones 4 through 11, and in warmer climates such as zones 9 and 10, they can sometimes survive for more than one season. One more helpful tip for gardeners: always plant at least 2 tomatillo plants together. They rely on cross-pollination, so having more than one plant nearby is important for getting a good harvest. Number 4, Chayote. Chayote is a member of the gourd family that produces light green, pear-shaped fruits. It's a very flexible ingredient in the kitchen. You can eat it fresh, cook it in stir-fries, stuff it with fillings, or add it to soups and stews. What really surprises many gardeners is how productive this plant can be. Just one chayote vine can produce around 50 to 100 fruits in a single growing season. That means a single plant can easily provide more than enough harvest for a family. However, chayote is an extremely vigorous climber. The vines can grow 30 feet or even longer, which is why growing it vertically is almost necessary. If left on the ground without support, it can quickly spread and take over a large portion of your garden. The best method is to guide the vine up a strong trellis, arbor, pergola, or cattle panel. As the plant climbs, it creates a natural green canopy. The fruits then hang down, making them easy to see and harvest. Another bonus is the shade this thick vine creates. The cooler space underneath the trellis can be perfect for heat-sensitive crops like lettuce or cilantro during the hot summer months, allowing you to grow additional plants in the same area. Chayote grows best in USDA hardiness zones 7 through 11, and in warmer regions, especially zones 9 and above, it can grow as a perennial plant. By the way, had you ever heard of chayote before today? Let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying these unique gardening ideas so far, don't forget to hit the like button so more gardeners can discover them too. Number 3, yard-long beans, also known as asparagus beans. If you garden in a region with hot and humid weather, yard-long beans can be an excellent addition to your garden. Unlike standard green beans, these plants are strong climbers and perform best when they are given a tall support system. These vines usually require a trellis around 6 feet tall or more, and in return they produce impressively long pods that can grow up to 18 inches or even longer. One of the most impressive things about yard-long beans is their heat tolerance. While many traditional green bean varieties slow down or stop producing during extreme summer heat, yard-long beans often thrive in those conditions. In fact, the warmer the weather, the more productive they tend to become. Growing them on a trellis offers several advantages. The long pods naturally hang downward, which makes them easy to see and harvest. It also helps keep the plants healthier by improving airflow around the vines. There's another major benefit, especially for organic gardeners. Yard-long beans are legumes, which means they can capture nitrogen from the air and add it back into the soil. This helps improve soil fertility while the plant is growing, making it beneficial for future crops as well. These beans grow best in USDA hardiness zones 7 through 11. For the best results, sow the seeds directly in the garden after the last frost, once the soil temperature reaches around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, about 18 degrees Celsius. Number 2, loofah gourds. Believe it or not, the natural loofah sponges you often see in stores actually grow on a climbing plant. Loofah belongs to the cucumber family, and its vines can grow incredibly long, sometimes stretching more than 30 feet. When the fruits are harvested while they are still young and tender, they can be cooked and eaten much like zucchini. But if you leave them on the vine and allow them to fully mature and dry, usually around 120 days, they transform into the fibrous sponges many people use in the kitchen or bathroom. They're also great for cleaning tools or scrubbing surfaces. Growing loofah on a strong trellis is extremely important. When the fruits develop on the ground, they often grow curved, develop irregular shapes, or even start to rot. But when they hang from a trellis, gravity helps them grow long, straight, and clean. Because mature loofah gourds can become quite heavy, it's best to use a very sturdy support system. Strong options include cattle panels, reinforced metal trellises, or solid pergolas that can easily handle the weight of the vines and fruits. Loofah plants grow best in USDA hardiness zones 6 through 11. Gardeners in cooler regions, especially zones 6 and 7, should start their seeds indoors about 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost, since these plants require around 150 warm days to fully mature. This makes loofah an amazing dual-purpose crop, providing both food and useful natural sponges. We're now halfway through the list, and some of the most impressive crops are still ahead. If you know someone who loves gardening, consider sharing this video with them so they can try these ideas too. Let's keep going. Number 1, growing melons vertically. Many gardeners assume melons are too heavy to grow on a trellis, but with the right technique, it actually works surprisingly well. The key is using simple fruit supports, often called melon slings. You can easily make these supports using old t-shirts, cloth strips, or soft fabric. As the melon begins to grow, place it in the fabric sling and tie the ends to the trellis so the fruit is gently supported while it develops. This method offers huge advantages, especially for gardeners working with raised beds or small garden spaces. When grown on the ground, a single melon vine can spread across more than 50 square feet. On a trellis, that same plant can grow upward and occupy only a small portion of that space. Vertical growing also improves airflow around the plant, which helps reduce common melon diseases such as powdery mildew and downy mildew, two problems that frequently affect melon plants in home gardens. Another benefit is fruit quality. When melons hang from a trellis, they receive sunlight from multiple angles, which helps them ripen more evenly. They also stay cleaner and are less likely to suffer from soil rot or slug damage, issues that often occur when fruits sit directly on the ground. Smaller melon varieties work best for this method. Personal-size cantaloupes, honeydew varieties, and icebox watermelons, usually weighing under 10 pounds, are great choices. Very large watermelons can be too heavy for most garden structures, but today many seed companies offer excellent compact varieties designed for smaller spaces. Melons can be grown in USDA hardiness zones 3 through 11, depending on the specific variety. Gardeners in cooler climates should select short-season types to ensure the fruits have enough warm days to mature. With the right variety and a strong trellis, you can be harvesting sweet, sun-ripened melons by the end of summer.